awesome. I know that I'm sure they have missed us being on the air, but when I tell you this summer has been great, I have truly taken the time to refresh, renew, and I am ready.
I'm ready. You gonna let me sing this time?
Don't sing right now, friend. It's okay, Kay Nicole. They're not ready for that right now.
Well, listen, before we jump into our show, today's show is brought to you by Real Women Radio for Business. If you are a business owner and you're looking for a way to get your products and services out to our listeners around the world, give us a call today at 850-792-6707, or you can email us at info at realwomenradio.com. That's info at realwomenradio.com. We have some very affordable promotions and advertising specials for you. And let them know that you heard it right here on Real Women Real Talk. Don't forget to follow Real Women Radio on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And check out me and Quana's show page, Real Women Real Talk, RWR. And if you're starting, you listen to us on Facebook, hey, go and download that fire Real Women Radio app today. Quana, you got that Real Woman Radio app downloaded?
You know I do. That's all I listen to.
I know, right? And also, guys, we want to let you all know, well, ladies, we want to let you know to join the Real Woman Radio text line for a chance to win tickets, prizes, and keep up with what's happening. Text Real Radio to 90407. That's Real Radio to 90407. And last but not least, we have a very important topic which me and Quan are going to get into a little later on. But if you are around town or you need to make sure that you sign one of our Be the Change Vote pledge cards. Have you signed your card yet, Quana?
I have signed my card. I voted. And guess what? I'm ready for the primaries in November.
I know that's right, girl. You gonna go down that car with them women, right?
You better believe it.
Hey,
listen. I'm ready. It's time for change. It's not just about the fact that it's women, but we need some change, and I'm all for it.
Girl, let me tell you, I worked the polls because I'm helping a candidate locally in Escambia County, and these two older black women, I walked up to her and I said, hey, who y'all voting for? And I showed them my candidate. He said, I think we got her down, girl. They had that old folded paper, and Sharia was explaining to me back in the older days, the pastor used to tell who to vote for. He give the church members a folded piece of paper. Well, honey, they had their folded piece of paper, and they had my candidate down. And the woman looks at me and she says, I always vote for women, and I vote for women who is about something.
That's right. They have to be about something now. I have to be honest on that.
I just thought that was so cute that she was saying that she votes for women and they have to be about something, girl. So, Quana.
Oh, yeah.
Quana May.
Can you hear me now?
You might have lost Quana for a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. Quana.
All right. Now, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, girl. I can hear you.
Listen, not today. I don't know why I wants to act up when we're talking about voting, because this is a very important issue. Everybody needs to get out and vote. People feel like their vote doesn't count. Listen, if we have to go back and recount, we need your vote to be in there because we're going to fight to the end.
Yes, ma'am. You know the devil is a lie. He probably trying to get in here because we talking about voting.
Not today, Satan.
Bad.
The blood.
Well, Quana, today is our 21 questions episode. So I know a lot of y'all are like, what is the 21 questions episode? Well, it is the episode where we let you all get a little you can see our personalities. You can see why on the signs, on some of them, you'll see why they are trying to cover my mouth because I probably say too much. And I mean, it's a fun time. So we're going to jump right into our 21 questions. You ready, Quana?
I am ready.
Okay, girl. Well, my first question for you, and of course I'll answer also, is What is your favorite movie?
Waiting to Exhale.
What, Quana?
It really is. And I'll tell you why it's one of my favorite movies, to be honest.
Okay.
So it's one of my favorite movies because it shows every aspect and every dynamic of the black woman. If you think about everybody in that movie, you can relate to somebody on some level, no matter what. And at the end, the most important thing is that it showed no matter what each one went through, no matter what adversities they faced, they all came together in unity in the end. So it's not so much now. Don't get me wrong. I love it when she burnt that car up, baby, and walked away.
Mm-hmm.
But most importantly, I really enjoyed the part where they actually at the end were sitting down, just having a good time and laughing despite all they had been through at the movie. And I think that speaks to the black women. That speaks volumes about black women and who we are as a whole.
That is awesome. I think I can relate to all of those women at this point in my life. I have related to all of them, but I will say my favorite part is two, three favorite parts in that movie. One of my favorite part is when the fireman actually knocks on the door and he's like, "Ma'am, you ain't supposed to be." Somebody called and said the car was on fire. You're not supposed to burn nothing but trash. And she sit there and she made me want to smoke a cigarette, Quana. So when she smoked that cigarette,
She was so calm.
she said, "It is trash." So I was
but at that point, she was at peace with what was going on. She felt good. She had released, and then, hey, she was able to sit down with her girls in the end. They had some drinks and they laughed and they talked and they got over it.
And then I was robbing. I'm robbing all the time in Waiting to Exhale. For this particular scene that I'm gonna talk about next is when they was sitting there, was drunk, and they was sitting there for Gloria's birthday, and they was talking to Bernie, and she said, "Call that beep, call that beep." That's me. I'm always the instigator.
That's you. Okay, Nicole, that is definitely you, okay?
Yes, that's what I said. I'm the instigator, so I definitely...
Sounded like Mr. Biggs. Call him. Call him up.
Let's go bust his windows out of his car.
No, we don't bust windows. No.
Well, I am definitely the friend that you do not want to call when you want to calm down, because I'm going to throw some gasoline on it. The good thing about it, though, is... we gonna burn whatever it is together.
And then we gonna sit back and be all right in the end.
Yes,
how about that?
Yeah. Well, I must say my favorite movie is on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. But I actually just watched this movie maybe a month ago. I actually have two or three, but none of them have to deal with black women, to be honest with you. Even though Waiting to Exhale would definitely be in my top 5. But, and you know me, I can't just pick one because I'm so undecisive and I have ADHD on all kinds of levels. So, I like Bad Boys 2, and Harlem Nights. Like, they are really up there for me.
Harlem Nights, yes. I have to say that's in my top 5.
Yeah, that's a classic.
It is a classic. But I will tell you this, we would be remiss if we did not mention Black Panther.
Oh, yeah, that's our new favorite movie.
Now, it's not my favorite of all time, but I love me some listen, I saw it in 3D. I saw it 2 times. After that, after seeing it in 3D, listen, and I hear it's out on Netflix, so I think I might be watching it again. I heard it is. I don't know. I got to check for myself.
So I was going to tell you that it is. It is, girl. It is on Netflix.
Well, I have to watch it again because I did enjoy that movie, and I think it was an excellent way of letting the world. It allowed the world to see Black people in a totally different way.
Yeah, most definitely. But I got to get back to my favorite movie. Such as Harlem Nights. Now, when you talk about unity, Harlem Nights show you that movie is essentially about unity.
Yeah.
Because his name is Ray on there, but dang, Richard Pryor comes through and you know how he bails everybody out of jail, how they have this
Yes.
master plan to pretty much get out the game, you know. So, but you know, I got a couple favorite pieces in there. Um, and they had a star-studded cast in Harlem Nights.
Yes,
I'm
they did.
yes, I am goofy. So a couple pieces was when she said, "Well, I'm gonna sing him Sunshine," and then they said, "Well, why they call her Sunshine?"
Why they call it sunshine?
And then the all so famous line after Sunshine had got with the guy, and he said, "Hey, put your mama on the phone." He said, "I ain't coming back home."
Coming back no more. Tell her I ain't coming back. Yeah. I have to say that was a good movie. And it did show unity and it showed yes, definitely.
Yeah. And you remember when he went and bailed everybody out of jail? And oh, and then you gotta remember that part of the movie where they say, "Quick! Pow, pow, pow. Put that little gun down, man."
It was really funny. It you know, you're right, it showed unity, but it you share so much laughter with that movie as well.
Yeah, it was like a perfectly woven representation of the true African American experience. It showed the good, it showed the bad, it showed the funny. Cause we are funny people. Like we find the best, and we make a way out of anything. You hear me? Out of anything, and it also showed that
Everything.
what you could do if you just stay a couple steps ahead of most people. I mean, they got the police, they got the rival gang and everything. I just love that movie. It was a very good representation.
That was a good movie. That is an excellent choice, K. Nicole.
Yeah. And don't forget my other two, Bad Boys. We were wondering if we could borrow some brown sugar.
So it's Bad Boys, that's the one that has Mike
Yes,
Lowry.
that's my Larry.
Because you can't just say Mike Lowry.
Yeah. I'm Mike Larry.
Ah, yeah, that was a good action packed movie.
Yeah. But I will say, so I watched Bad Boys the other day, and not too long ago, so I really enjoyed it. So, Quana, now that brings me to my next question: is what is your favorite album?
Whew. So if you know me, you know I love Mary J. Blige.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have to say I have actually two favorite albums right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, My Life, when she first came out with that, it was just so raw and so real, just so full of emotion. It's like you could just feel the pain and what she was going through. It just came out in her voice and her song. So I really like that as an older album. But I will say, when she came out with Strength of a Woman, my jaw dropped. Like that is Mary, like you hadn't heard in a long time. I'm sorry for what she was going through at that time, but when I tell you Mary makes her best music when she's going through some things, and that Strength of a Woman album was like, whoa, because it took you from the what the hell to all the way to I'm good, I'm gonna glow up, I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah. Well, I remember you and I were actually sitting together, um, and you said, and I was like, "No, it ain't gonna be this album that she gonna, really tell the story." You was like, Cole, it's gonna be this one." I was like, "Nah, girl, this one probably happened before she went through that stuff." And we listened, and I think the first song we heard was "Ooh,
Mm.
you gonna pay for what you did to me." Well, anyway, yeah,
Yeah, that
and then she
part.
says a special place in hell for you, and we knew it was on and
Yes, she
popping.
did. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And but then in the end, she was talking about, glow up, that
yeah.
she was gonna be all right, that she was gonna make it, overcome
Hmm.
it. So That actually, I was like, wow, okay, we got Mary back. But I'm glad she's in a different place right now. And if I'm not mistaken, either she has a new album that has dropped or one that is getting ready to drop. I'll be honest, I've been on vacation this entire summer, to be
Mm-hmm.
honest. I've been in vacation mode, so I haven't really kept up with it. But I do remember hearing that either the album had dropped recently or that it was getting ready to. But I am gonna check it out. You do know that, right?
Yeah, I have Apple Music, so I am ready.
Exactly. We may have to do like we did before and just kind of play it and go live and see what our reactions are gonna be.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree. So, Mary J probably is at the top for lots of women. So my answer to my favorite album is the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I
Ah,
can listen to that album if I'm having a good day, if I'm having a bad day, if I'm in love, if I'm not in love. You're going to catch it all in that one album.
exactly. Yeah.
So,
And if anybody knows you, they know that you are a Lauryn Hill fan through and through.
mm-hmm. Because I mean, that album was like, I remember it came out the year I stepped into adulthood. So I remember sitting up, listening to the stars, and just listening to all those emotions in that one CD. I mean, you're gonna hear betrayal. You're gonna hear about the greatest love that touches your soul. I mean, you're gonna hear about finding yourself. I mean, that girl put it all in that one album. Woo. That was like a classic.
Hey, that's like one of the best albums of all time. It's definitely like my number three at this point. It was number
Mm-hmm.
two, but it's number three now.
Yeah, yeah, because you know Mary gonna be because you are a Mary friend.
I die hard through and through. Don't talk about Mary. I feel like is it Miss Bonita
Yeah.
off The Color Purple?
Yes.
Some people I might be telling my age now, but
Yes,
yeah,
girl.
you couldn't talk about Miss Jenkins.
Yes. Don't you? No, she sit there talking about Miss Jake like a dog. Don't you talk about Miss Jenkins?
That's right, baby. You can't talk about Mary like she my best friend next door.
That's like in Low Down Dirty Shame, which is in my top 10 with Jada Pickett and the Wayans brother. Yeah, we are telling our
Yes.
age. But remember when she saw the soap opera and the soap opera actor, she said, "Shame, shame," and then she went and punched him because he did cheat on the girl on TV.
Yes, on TV in the show. Yes, that's funny.
Yeah, so that's how you are about Mary. Don't you talk about Mary.
Don't you talk about Mary. Listen, just briefly, I would say this though. I told you, I said when that video surfaced of her slapping him in public, it
Uh-huh.
was a wrap then. I
Mm.
told you that. It was
Hmm.
a wrap. Yes.
I hate
All
that.
right, so what's our next question?
I will say I hate that she went through that also because I feel like we saw her at Essence and I feel like she's still kind of going through it. She still hasn't quite processed it. So we praying for
Not
Mary.
completely,
Yeah.
but she's definitely in a different spot than what she was before because remember, we went to see her in concert in New Orleans. What was it? Shortly after she actually had dropped the album.
Hmm.
And that raw emotion that she showed as she sang that song, you could still tell she was really feeling it and going through it.
Yeah. Mary wasn't playing, baby. Okay. So now my next question is, what is your favorite show?
Huh. My favorite show. So I'm not really a TV person, right?
Mm-hmm.
But and I'll be honest, I can't really even think of the name of it to be honest. I want to say it's called Girlfriends with Max. Is that the one with Maxine? Oh, that's a
Yes,
different one I'm
girl.
thinking of.
Yes.
Girlfriends. I like that show. That was one of my all-time favorites. I honestly don't watch much television now. When I do watch TV now, it's like CSI, crime scenes,
Uh-huh.
investigations type stuff. But so back in the day when I watched a lot of television, that definitely had to be one of my favorites. But I will tell you something else that's another classic. The Golden Girls.
Oh,
Don't laugh.
girl, do you know my children know about that Golden Girl? Because when they messed up and I found out it was on Hulu, you should have
Baby.
you should have seen them. Thank you for being a friend.
The dynamics of their relationships was just so funny
Uh-huh.
and just so real. That's the reality. It really was
Man.
on so many levels, regardless of your skin color or whatever. You could
What,
definitely relate to the Golden Girls.
well,
And
Quanta,
that doggone
who is your
Sophia.
Blair friend?
Mm, that would be you.
Huh?
That would be you. You are
No,
Blair.
Blair was the hooker.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Dorothy. You're Dorothy.
Yeah.
You act more like Dorothy. You just give it to her straight.
Oh Lord.
You give it to her straight, and
Yeah.
that's just it. We don't. I'm like, okay. I can't say who my Blair friend is on radio. I don't want to blast them, but it does not matter because I love her anyway for who she is. Believe that.
Everybody got that Blair friend. So, ladies, you
Everybody has one.
you have to share with us on our Facebook page who is your Blair. Well, let's go. Let's broaden the question because maybe everybody does it. But which one did the Golden Girls describe you best? We really want to know. So let me and Quanta know. Check out our Facebook page at Real Women Real Talk RWR for Real Women Radio RWR, and let us know which character are you from the Golden Girls. So I'm gonna post that. Which one?
Yeah.
Let me see. Which one are you, Quanta? Let me see. Dorothy, Blair, and
It's not Blair, it's Blanche.
Blanche. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Blanche, not Blair.
Yeah.
I'm like, Blair just didn't sound right.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all. Y'all knew I was saying. Don't be looking at the radio crazy. Talking about who is Blair?
Yeah, Blanche, honey, that Blanche.
Mm-hmm.
Blanche didn't care though. They said what they said, and Blanche still did her
Mm-hmm.
thing, baby. Blanche was like, whatever.
Okay. So, my favorite show is what show could I watch? I mean, you killed it with that Golden Girls girl, but what TV show that I just cannot do without? Now I came up with these questions, but I didn't think about my own answers.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a. Oh, I know what it is. Favorite TV show is Martin. I
Oh
love
my goodness.
me some Martin. Quanta.
What? Listen, from Tommy to Cole to Pam, even down to Ross. Oh, God, Shanae.
Yes, girl. All
We
of them.
all know a Shanae.
She gonna tell
We
old
might
B
not
to
know her
B.
personally, but we may know her from a distance.
Mm-hmm. That old B to
Yes,
B.
that is a good show.
Yeah.
So I have a question, K. Nicole.
Okay.
Since we're talking about friends and, I want to know, can Omarosa come to your cookout?
Hell no. Almost can't come to my
Picnic?
cookout. It is
Do
6:23.
you want her at your funeral? That's what I want to know. Because I was looking like, whoa, what's she doing here? When she was at Aretha.
If she come to my
Yes.
funeral and you still alive, you better fight her.
I'm not going to fight her. I'm going to damn sure put her out.
No, you better fight her.
She going to get one of them. Yeah, what you doing here?
That's disrespect.
Yeah. You know what? I've heard we're going to have a real, lengthy talk about this. Because I hear some people, they're like, oh, she just took a job, yada, yada, yada. She was doing what she had to do. We didn't have, a job that paid that amount to give to her. She was just making bread. All money, not good money. I'm sorry. I was always taught that.
I agree, Quan. I mean, we could go ahead and get into it a little bit better, but most definitely, all money is not good money. And you see, I think Chrisette Michele is just now. Tom Jordan invited her to the cruise, so I think that even though you took that salary, but it then I got a couple more questions now that I'm thinking about it. So number one, whereas you know, when Christina Michelle sung at the inauguration of number 45. Is he 45 or 46 or whoever he is?
45.
Yeah, 45. You know, it took her career took a really big hit, okay? But Christelle Michette's audience and also remember, and I'm sorry, my memory is the end of the day for me. But also, what is the Mary singer?
Erica.
Yes, remember she told us that she voted for Trump because she was a Christian. So the problem there is their audience is African American women who strongly and have always disagree with Trump policies, right? So
Right.
Omarosa, we never were like, oh, we team Omarosa. So when you ask yourself, is all money good money? If that's not your audience, then I guess that it's okay. Because that's like Ben Carson. Ben Carson probably does not concern himself with any black people on a general.
I'm still trying to figure out how the hell a surgeon becomes what is his official title?
Officer. He's over the Department of HUD.
Yes, I'm still confused about that, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
what true
it's
qualifications
a lot of,
he has.
But, you know, it's a lot of things that we have to question. But the Omarosa thing is, it just depends on who you are, what your values are, and what you stand for. Now, I don't think it's right that if you do not believe in anything that this administration does, and they offer you $200 million a month, I don't believe that you should go do it if it goes against your values. But if you don't have those values, then yeah, go for it. Shoot for it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but don't expect me to support you because you did it, though. No, you can't come to the picnic. You cannot have any ribs. And if somebody brings you, you better sit your ass over there to the side. Don't touch nothing. You lucky I'm still letting you sit here.
Just don't expect to be welcomed, huh?
You know how when you go to the old people's house and they really don't want you there, but they don't put you out, but you know you're not welcome.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that.
Well,
that part.
Yeah. So you telling me if she wrote us today and said, "Hey, I want to be on Real Women Real Talk," we're not gonna let her on?
I could no, because I would be too. I would no. I don't think I could.
No.
Because I don't understand, and I'm going to be honest, and I'm just going to have a real moment of truth for myself. I don't know that I could truly not be biased enough against her. I would really have to work on that. Yeah. And that's just a moment of truth.
Our Christianity teaches us that we should let it go.
What's your next question?
Okay. Well, since we're
on... Sorry, but what's your next question?
Well,
I said what I said, K. Nicole. Now let's move on.
Okay. Well, let's get back.
Like
okay. We're going to go back to the black. We're going to go to local stuff in just a moment. We're going to switch gears. All right. So, two or three other questions, and then we're gonna switch gears. So, if you were an animal, what animal would you be?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So as you guys can tell, she didn't tell me these questions prior.
I want her initial response.
What animal would I be?
I would be a lion.
Okay. I think I'd be a deer.
I think they are beautiful, beautiful animals. And yeah, I think I'll be a lion.
I think I would be a deer.
A deer?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, explain, my dear.
Well, a deer can be very. A deer's like, I don't mess with you if you don't mess with me. But if you back me in a corner, I'm coming out fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that kind of fits my personality because I'm not one to come after you. But if you come after me, I'm gonna retaliate. And in all honesty, if you think about it, a deer is gonna try to get away from the danger first and foremost. But if you push it in a corner, and it has to defend itself, and it will.
I don't know
So
if I
that would be the first
agree
thing
with you being a deer.
What you agree? What do you think, K. Nicole?
I think you need to be in the cat family with me. See, let me break this down a little bit. See, with a cat, we take care of our own. We be in our own space, and we don't bother nobody unless you mess with our shit. Okay? If you mess with our stuff, then we coming at you. And when we hungry. So I think you need to be in that cat family with me.
I
deer,
can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, a deer.
Because I don't look for trouble, and I do try to walk away from it. I don't try to engage if I don't have to. But if I'm forced to, then just know I'm coming. Okay. And I'm gonna fight to the end.
Okay. Finish him. All right.
Okay, like Mortal Kombat.
All right. If you're just not tuned in, guys, you are listening to Real Women, Real Talk with your girl, K. Nicole and Quana. Hey, Quana.
Hey, hey, hey.
This show is brought to you by Real Women Radio for Business. If you're a business owner and you're looking for a way to get your products and services out to our listeners around the world, give us a call today at 850-792-6707 or email us at info@realwomenradio.com. We promise you we have a variety. They have a variety of affordable promotions and advertising specials for you. So, Quana, we're going to kick it up. We're in this last half of our show. It's time for us to get the Black Girl Village going. Now, today, right now, we're gonna switch from 21 questions to questions about what's going on. Let's go to our hot topics. You ready, Quana?
Oh, yes, I am.
So, my first question is, all right, I'm jumping right in. We got the Nike controversy. So if you're not familiar with it, Nike they already, not recently, not newly, signed a deal, had a deal with Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick is the guy who started the protest, the peaceful protest during the national anthem with the one kneel. So Colin Kaepernick, he started protesting police brutality by kneeling. First, he started, he would sit during the national anthem. Then he had a meeting with a veteran, and the veteran suggested that he kneel at the national anthem because the kneeling shows respect. So Colin, he was kneeling during the national anthem, and then some of the other NFL players started kneeling. And then number 45 said that they should be kicked off the team, and that's disgraceful. And then number 45 also said that that was disrespect to veterans. So, therefore, it started a big disagreement in the United States. A huge disagreement over if that is disrespect or is that a respectful way to protest. Unfortunately, Colin Kaepernick's contract and no team picked him up in the NFL, so he had been jobless for a while. So he pretty much lost his job over his protest. So, what is your opinion on Nike, Colin Kaepernick, and the protesting, Quana?
I applaud them.
Yes.
One of my questions is, actually two of my questions are going to relate to this later on, but I definitely think that Nike took the lead on this. But I will tell you that I read somewhere that I think it was Adidas and somebody else was actually trying to get him to be their spokesman. Are going to hire, I can't even talk, getting tongue tied. I'm so excited about this whole issue. But anyway, they wanted to sign him as well, but Nike had already did it. But I will tell you, Nike was smart.
Yeah.
Nike signed him. Then they kept quiet about it. They didn't broadcast it. They signed a deal with the NFL. And then guess what? The money they got from the NFL was actually paying the salary for him. I mean, come on now. How smart was that? I mean, I'm just thinking about when I thought about it in that context. I was like, dang, Nike was smart for that.
Girl,
Not only that, though, but Nike was smart in that everyone, everyone knows that if you have the black dollar, that you are going to make money. So when you support issues that are important to the black community will support you. We know that. That is just a trend. That's just a fact that we can't deny.
well, even furthermore, so even out of the black, but in the Gen X's and the millennials, it has been proven that we millennials and Gen X's, we value our community, and we value brands that value our community. So to me, that was one of the best the moves that Nike could make. I mean, come on. And then when you look at
Exactly.
the buying power, and then as you've already mentioned, when you look at that $1 trillion buying power of African Americans, man, come on, that was the best business move that you can make. So I'm
It
gonna
was
say
smart.
this. If I'm the executives of Nike and I'm Omarosa, if I'm gonna sell out, I'm gonna do some Nike selling out, not no Omarosa selling out.
You know, I have to say the way Nike did it was real smooth, and I think other companies they realized what was going to happen with this. I actually remember listening to an interview, and one of the people said that Nike was smart in the fact that they want to be on the right side of history with this whole issue. You know, and I said, that's something to think about.
It
Because
is.
it's not just something that's going to affect what's going on right now, but this could possibly it will have a major effect on a lot of future things as well.
Most definitely. I mean, you definitely it is the right side of history to be on. And for whatever reasons Nike did it, black people everywhere are just giving them the business, giving them life, For every pair that's been burned, Nick Cannon went into a Nike store, bought all the socks, gave them to homeless people. So
Wow.
this is definitely
I hadn't heard
very
about
good
that.
business move. So what do you think about the protests for Colin Kaepernick?
You mean talking about the other people burning them?
Yeah,
I mean the ones that are burning them, burning the Nike.
No, not the burning, but him taking a stand on being a person. Him taking a stand because some people say that's disrespect. So what's your thoughts on that?
So I come from a military family, military background, and a Christian background, might I add. And to me, I see kneeling as a form of respect. I think when you sit through something, that does kind of give a very negative connotation, like you're really disengaging altogether. But I think to me, the fact that he kneeled, that showed a sign of respect, but at the same time, he was actually getting his point across about the issues that were important to him, which were racial injustice. And I think back, Martin Luther King kneeled. They kneeled when they protest, even during civil rights times. So I mean, I understand that some people did not like it even then, but it's always been a form of protest that has been used.
It most definitely is. I get upset. So there are two things that upset me right now for good reason. And one is if you tell me you vote and support number 45. And two is if you say something about someone kneeling. Because it most definitely is you want us not to kneel for the same reasons that you want us to not be for the amendments that are supposed to be being fought for those rights. So it really just makes me think that doesn't make any sense to me, and it's not making any logic. You understand? I might can ride with you when you're talking about welfare. I might can ride with you when you're talking about people taking advantage of the system. I can ride with you on certain things, but there's just certain things I cannot. So just like, if somebody has the right to pray or not pray, somebody has the right to not sing the national anthem, and somebody has the right to sing it. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how people think and how people get to pick and choose what they want to stand for what. And that's what really blows my mind. So it makes me, because it's not logical, it makes me question their motives. So
I tell you, one of the funniest memes to me is the one with what's the name? Lil Cardi B. My mama said y'all burning those Nikes because y'all out of crosses.
Girl.
It's funny, but I mean, like, man, who in the hell burned some shoes while they're on your feet protest? Do you really hate this man that much of what he's standing for?
No.
Or what he stands for? Not standing for, but what he stands for? I mean, like, really, to set your own feet on fire on some shoes you paid for? I'm like, wow.
I don't think that's a reflection. Hey, I think that's a reflection of how stupid most racist people are. Like, racist people are some of the dumbest people on the earth. They are not smart. How many smart racists have you ever met?
That part just baffled me. I was just like, wow. When I saw that, I said, I thought that part was a joke. I really did. I thought that was not real. And when I realized it real, I'm like, wow. Then you got people cutting the Nike symbol off their socks. I'm like, how the hell your socks gonna hold up now?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm like, whatever. Hey.
I know.
Whatever floats your boat. Whatever floats your boat.
I mean, I was reading a couple Facebook posts, and sometimes I have to watch my personality on that, because it was one person and he was just so mean and nasty, and he went to cussing and being ignorant, and it was crazy. So I like I said, my bottom line is racist people are not smart.
I don't know. I just feel like that's his right to protest. I feel like had he caused the scene and really, disrupted what was going on, then yes, I would, like, look, that wasn't the proper way to do it. But he kneeled and he was just silent. He didn't, cause a scene or nothing. He was just silent.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I say, that's just stupid people. Well, I got another question, another hot topic. So did you watch Aretha's funeral?
Yeah, I told you. I asked you what was Omarosa doing there.
Oh, Omarosa was at the funeral, girl?
Yes. Yeah, she was there.
Girl.
In the beginning, they showed her when she arrived.
I just well, I guess that's why you say, would you invite Omarosa to your funeral, right? I mean, yeah, to your funeral. Quana.
Yeah, that's why I asked that question. I'm sorry, my little one walked in asking me questions like she on 21 questions today. I apologize. I was a little distracted.
It's okay. Well, I want to go back now. So the police officer who fatally shot an unarmed black man in Tulsa now teaches a course on how other cops can survive controversial shootings. That's Miss Betty
How they can
Shelby.
Prepare and survive. I saw that, and I was like, wow, really? You know what? I'm just going to let you speak on that one. Because I think my word choice and some of my, I'm like, well, all I could say was just, wow, really?
Well, I think that this is America.
This is America.
This is America. Don't get your slipping
Yeah, just leave it at that. That's all I can say about that, right? Let me just...
Well, let me say this. A lot of times what devil means for bad, God means for good, right? So
that's true.
In the workshop, I was reading up on it. So her name is Betty Shelby, And in 2006, she fatally shot the unarmed black man. And she came back to work. And
she got away with it, didn't she?
She did. She did not get charged.
Mm-hmm.
So participants will be exposed to many of the legal, financial, physical, and emotional challenges which may result from a critical incident in an effort to prepare law enforcement for the aftermath. Is the course description of the class, right? And so she wants to teach officers how to deal with what she calls the Ferguson effect. So on the side note, I'm going to start me a class on something.
What is your class going to be about, K. Nicole?
Listen, I was going to say, but I'm going to be nice on this first episode.
Okay. See, that's why I said I'm just going to be quiet. That's one of those topics that I got to process fully.
Yeah.
You know, before I open my mouth, because I may open my mouth and put my foot in my mouth on this one. So I'm just going to respectfully just say, and leave it at that for now.
Well, her definition of the Ferguson effect is when a police officer is victimized by anti-police group and tried in the court of public opinion. Because they're not going to be tried in judicial court.
Well...
So, she shot Terrence Culture during a September 26th traffic stop. And so, but what I was going to say is, she's saying it's not about tactics. It's not about when to shoot, when not to shoot. It's about what she endured with her family, what her family went through for the next 8 months after her critical incident. So a lot of people are demonstrating this class, right? It's just sad for them. One person quoted saying, it's just sad for them to use a person as polarizing as Betty Shelby, in fact, to teach a critical incident class. We know that the reality is she was the aggressor and that Terrence Crutcher was the victim, and that's a Pastor Rodney Gross. So the thing about that is that hopefully, because I'm in a good mood today, and hopefully she'll go in there and she'll tell them that she went through pure into hell and almost lost her dang on mind. And therefore, you want to think before you shoot. Maybe.
And that's one of the things that I want to see more about. I doubt if she's going to publish anything about the curriculum or anything that they're going to go through. But I'm like you. I hope that it comes out on that side of things. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm just going to be a little quiet about that topic. I need to see a little more.
Yeah, but what kills me is, let's just say that if it was someone else's son, someone else's daughter, someone else's child, no matter what their skin tone was, how would you feel about that? Or that's like a man, like OJ. OJ couldn't say if I did it. You know what I'm saying? People got upset about that, but they did not get upset about this. What's the difference? Right.
Well,
that's the true question.
Word choice, I guess.
If Charles Manson wrote a book on how to get away with murder, or if a rapist, I'm just thinking, what if somebody who's went in and shot up these schools wrote a book on how to shoot up a church and go to jail?
Yeah, I mean,
what people think? It's crazy. Or the sniper. I can go on and on in samples of why this is wrong, and in different scenarios of what does it mean, and how could that change? And so, this is America.
This is America.
That is crazy.
You got to play the song. This is America. I'm telling you, that video was spot on. Did you hear me? Yeah. He touched on so many, man. When you break that whole video down, he touched on so many things in that video, and he's right. This is America. That's all I can say. This is America.
What do we do? So, we got about 10 minutes left, Quana, and we're gonna have to go back and get on your girl, Omarosa. So, you know, we already said she could not. So I got a question for you before we go to Omarosa is we are pressed for time. It is a must-make decision. Which one of these three people can get their black card back? Tiger Woods, Omarosa, or Stacey Dash?
Girl, go and get that card to Tiger. Tell the mother two to have a seat. Stacey Dash can never get her card has been revoked for life. Matter of fact, can she just go somewhere else and stay? Omarosa got a better chance than Stacey Dash, in my opinion.
You not taking Stacey Dash back?
No, ma'am. Go get that card to Tiger Woods. He married a little white girl. He, had a little accident and all of that. He was, publicly criticized for his actions. But you know what? Give it to him because they can't have it.
Now, are you sure? Because have you heard that recently Tiger Woods has made comments that we should not disrespect and support number 45? Have you heard those comments? Well, the president.
I didn't hear that he said that. Well, you know what? I did not hear him say that. But Stacey Dash cannot have her card back.
Mm-hmm.
I think, in my opinion, Omarosa just took it a little far for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I even feel like what she's doing now is really more for herself. It's not about helping the community or the people as a whole. It's really more about her selfish reasons once again. Or for self. I won't say selfish. I'll just say for self.
Mm-hmm.
And because it is okay to be selfish sometimes. But yeah, I still have to go with Tiger Woods on that. What about you?
I think I'm gonna give Omarosa her card back.
Girl, please. I'm not coming to the cookout. Let me know when she there, because I'm not coming, okay? And I'm gonna call Q and tell her, Q la la, if you listening, we can't go.
Girl, listen. Then you take Tiger. You gonna be over there with Tiger because he can't come. Because Tiger, Tiger can't come. I think Tiger a little off.
Listen, Omarosa would have still been over there had they treated her like she wanted to be treated.
That ain't the
she
point.
Would not be back.
But Omarosa know how to turn it off and turn it on. See, Tiger and Stacey, they ain't know how to turn their black back on. Omarosa done turned it back on.
Yeah, because it's benefiting her right now, I guess.
Hey, I ain't mad at her. At least she ain't saying stupid stuff like Stacey and Tiger still. So.
Not anymore, she's not. I guess I just got to get over this whole Omarosa thing. But I tell you, as of right now, I have to go back and read what Tiger said, and then you have to ask me this question after I read exactly what he said.
Well,
we already know Tiger like white people. I mean, no offense, but he married a white girl.
Yeah. I mean, it's nothing. You fall in love with who you want to fall in love with. Oh my God.
I'm just saying, he likes them.
Well,
and that's nothing. I mean, hey, that's his preference, and I'm not mad about that.
So I'm saying, that's not why I'm saying Tiger. I get Tiger the sellout card. I just get Tiger the sellout card mainly because of this last comment he made about the president.
Okay, so okay, Nicole, I'm gonna have to look up the comment, and then I will get back with you on who gets their card back.
Tiger just special, girl. He's special. I'm telling you, he's special.
We knew Tiger was special a long time ago.
I agree.
That's nothing new.
Well,
I mean, but the boys, hey, they love him. Shoot, Tiger not gonna mess up what he got going. He just got back in golf, of course.
Mm. Well, Serena Williams is in tennis, and she do just fine being black.
That all the time, even when they talk about her apparel.
Yeah. So, what is your thoughts on that? On her little. They better leave Serena alone. She like she'll cuss somebody out, and she from Compton.
Listen, so they told Serena what she couldn't wear, but she just came back. What did she end up wearing? A tutu or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I love me some Serena. Listen, the chick, they said, okay. She said, you don't want me to wear this, but guess what? You didn't say I couldn't wear this. Nah, what?
You know what? I told a group of college schools. I said, know the rules so that you may break them properly.
That is a good one.
Because I mean, and that's what Serena did. That's what Omarosa do. She know the rules so that she may break them properly.
Yeah, still trying to move on.
So, does Omarosa, do you give her respect, Quana?
I respect her for handling her business and what she did. You know, I mean, I gotta give it to her. The chick handled her business. She went in there. She's like, okay, I don't know if this gonna work out forever, but let me go ahead and cover my butt. So I mean, I gotta give it to her.
Mm-hmm. You got to give her that cover your butt respect, but
I give it to her. I mean, that she participated in CYA to the fullest.
Yeah. So
gotta give it to her on that. Now she was smart. That's just because she knew 45 from the beginning.
She knew 45 was gonna do it.
She already knew what he was about. She already knew how he operated, you know. So she knew she had to cover her behind being in there. So it's all good though. I'm not mad at Omarosa. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not ready for her to come to the cookout yet. Maybe one day, but just not right now. Look, she can't come with all that bullshit now. I'm just gonna be real. She just need to come and sit down and be quiet. Just be quiet till you talk, till you spoke. Don't speak till you're spoken to.
Hey, leave Omarosa alone.
I'm just saying, I'm not ready.
All right, Quana. Well, this is going to conclude this week's show. Before we go, we do have a grand announcement. Each week, we are looking for the Melon Goddess
of the week.
Yeah, of the week. So what is the Melon Goddess, Quana?
Do they still do that when they used to have Donkey of the Week or whatever it was? And they say week. I forget what morning show that was. Anyway, so Melon Goddess. I'm sorry, you know I get sidetracked sometimes. Okay. You have to bring me back, reel me back in. So to qualify to be a Melon Goddess, you have to be a woman of color. That is number one. And you have to be a woman who's about your business, doing something, overcoming adversity with style and grace. So there's two requirements. You have to be a woman of color, and you have to have overcome adversity with style and grace. So we will have, matter of fact, why don't you tell them how they can go about nominating someone to be the Melon Goddess of the Week?
So what you can do is go to realwomenradio.com and / Real Women Real Talk. That's me and Quana's page on our radio station's website. And basically, you can submit for someone to be nominated Melon Goddess of the Week. So this can be a girl in business. This can be a girl who survived domestic violence, which we have some shows coming up on that. She can survive cancer. She can survive. Man, that chick could just be surviving, but she doing it with style and grace. And surviving means she pay her bills and go to work and take care of her kids. We're not telling you how to determine that, but go to our website, Real Women Real Talk. Go to our page, Go to our website, Real Women Radio, / Real Women Real Talk. I'm going to say that again. So you're going to go to our website.
Yeah, say it again, slow down.
Radio.com. What's that, Quana?
I said say it again and slow down.
Okay. So you're going to go to our website, realwomenradio.com, / Real Women Real Talk, and nominate a Melon Goddess of the Week. It's just somebody we want to give props to, y'all, man. We just want to give props to these ladies with the style and grace, to all the ladies in the place with style and grace.
It could be your hairdresser. It could be your neighbor. It could be your sister. It could be your church first lady. It could be whomever you want it to be, as long as they are a woman of color, and we can talk about or talk with them about how they overcome the adversities in their life.
All right. Yeah. So don't forget, nominate your Melon Goddess of the Week. We have our first Melon Goddess next week. You got to tune in next week to see who it is. Don't forget to follow us on on Facebook at Real Women Real Talk RWR. Again, that's Real Women Real Talk RWR. Follow Real Women Radio on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Download that Real Women Radio app. It is one of the hottest things going right now. Don't forget, get involved. Learn about who you're voting for. Be the change. Vote. We're gonna get some politicians on here. We're gonna get that going. Then, guys, I want to remind you all that the Get Up Morning Show will be on in the morning, Friday morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. with Uncle Curtis and Sharia B. You check them out yet, Quana? I think we lost Quana. But Uncle Curtis, Sharia B on Real Women Radio in the morning, 7 a.m. this Friday. Then 12 noon, check out DJ Corey T and the Lunch Buffet. This has been a great episode, another episode of Real Women, Real Talk. Y'all have a good night and peace.